Hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode 5 of The
Did you
Condition.
just steal my intro? No, go ahead, Matt.
Wel-
Introduce us.
Welcome back to episode 5 of The Condition. Matt Demon, Julian Schuneman. We're back here with episode 5 of the show. A lot of interesting things to talk about. A lot of cool stuff going on, man. So if that sounds interesting to you guys, please stick around until after the ad break to get into the episode.
I imagine it's. Oh yeah, an ad 5 seconds in. People always love that. And if you're some kind of communist listening, and you're like, "Oh, interesting things don't sound interesting to me,"
It's me. That's right. I'm the ad right now. Fucking listen up. I own my own record label, DMP, Demon Music Productions. It's me and 10 other people really trying to make an honest go at making music. And when I say label, there's a lot of negative connotation around like labels are evil, label this, label that. I ain't disagreeing with you. But at the same time, we're more of like a freestanding collective of people. And what I'm advertising here is recording in studio time. You know, if you know somebody that's an aspiring musician that is trying to make their way into things, but they find themselves constantly stopped by, financial impasses. Link them up with me. Link them up with some of the other great people that work with me at DMP. Holler at me on Instagram at matty_d_traps. You can holler at me or any of the other people that are signed to the label. Please get a hold of us. You know, I cannot stress enough how nice it would have been when I was still figuring out a lot of things. To be able to have someone professional in my corner, to have somebody that can help me get something looking good, sounding good, having it be the exact way that I wanted for little to no money whatsoever. So one more time, that is DMP, Demon Music Productions. Hit me up on Instagram, email me at mattdemonbooking@gmail.com, whatever works best. Now back to the show.
fuck you.
Die.
Do we have to? I've heard so many different things. I brought this up before on the previous Shooteman show. What's the limit in when I should start or stop cursing? Because I've heard it's 5 seconds, 10 seconds, a minute.
I've heard 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
Yeah, the first 5 minutes of something, they don't want you to use
But
profanity.
they change it every other day.
Exactly, yeah.
So I'm wondering when you heard that, because I swear, because I remember on Tuesdays with Stories, they would have like a timer for like 2 minutes, I think it was, and they can hardly go 30 seconds without saying jizz or something. But
Right.
maybe I'll start bleeping. I'm getting good at this editing thing, as everybody would
Good.
agree, I'm sure.
Getting pretty good.
By the way, for anybody who's made it to the end of episodes, I almost always do this cute little fade out. Like the last episode that dropped the last Friday or today, as we're recording this, literally we're talking and we put the mic up to Callie's mouth and we're like, "You got any words?" And she just, obviously she's a dog, she doesn't talk.
Right.
So she just looks at us, but she keeps that position where she's like looking at us like
Yeah.
as if she's thinking or trying to talk, or like, "Why the fuck did you wake me?" Because she was asleep. And then we end the podcast and she keeps the position for a solid 5 seconds and then she drastically goes back to sleep. She goes
That's
like,
funny.
and so fades out like that. Anyway, we're gonna try and pull you in right off the bat. But there's a number of ways we can do this. We got some conspiracy-ish stuff to talk about, some stuff that I personally saw, can't say experienced, but I mean it was an experience. Some stuff went down in West Virginia. I got thrown into a rabbit hole of conspiracy that affects you physically. Anybody listening to this, I told Matt this the other day, this conspiracy affects you physically. So if you want to click out of something that's inside of you, then what does that say about you? There's that. There's looking into all that made me start thinking about some other topics I want to touch on this episode. Like, I mean, I don't really want to get into it too much because I don't know really much about it, but at some point, maybe touch on everything with the Charlie Kirk stuff because that's in court right now. Was it a road mic? Was it a bullet? Who knows? It's probably a bullet, but RIP. And then, we there's a big thing going on in Ohio right now with, and by the way, guys, I'm touching on topics for the episode. We'll go into it. But there's a big thing going on in Ohio with these 16 children they uncovered from this like horrible conditioned house get it conditioned. But that's a whole thing going on locally right now. Everybody's freaking out because of the terrible conditions these kids were in. I have a bit of a hot take on that as well. Took a visit to a local high-end streetwear store, Archetype, with a couple of friends from the past and present. Um, and yeah, I mean, other things. Oh, and by the way, we're not cool with the Russians at the moment. So these are all topics.
We're gonna get into it. We're gonna.
Yes.
There's the compendium. There's the list of stuff that we might get into off top. I think you should start with the West Virginia stuff and this whole Dupont chemical thing.
Okay, so I'm gonna Quentin Tarantino it a little bit. We're gonna start with last week. The episode kind of ended with me saying, going to West Virginia for the 4th of July.
Right.
I'm sure there'll be stuff to talk about from that trip.
Yeah.
And I took it as low-key a blessing from Cole. It's Cole's birthday today as we record. But whatever. I was blessed with quite a lot to talk about because, so I get to West Virginia. We drive there. Everything's nice. We get to Kenzie, my girlfriend's sister's place. We're staying the weekend there. Kind of get there late, so we're just chilling. And the weekend kicks off for me with a bit of a bang because it scared the shit out of me. For those of you who didn't hear last week, I'll put it in a simpler form, quicker form. Basically, at my girlfriend's sister's place in West Virginia, there is a resident living in the same building that is a bit of a peeping Tom, stalker, weird, scary man. Looks kind of like he was like a Vietnam War vet. Looks kind of like he also could be on some kind of registry. He just gives odd vibes. Watches you like one of those paintings. Doesn't say a word. Blatantly just watches every move you do. Anyway, I get there. I notice he's not in the window this time because he watched us all the last trip. And so took a couple trips in and out, getting stuff from the car, bringing it in. And on my last trip, it's just me, probably midnight. I'm coming in up the stairs. They're on the second floor, doxed. And I almost shit my pants because this man opens the door as I'm walking up the steps and looks dead in my soul. And me and him, like, I guess we didn't exchange words, but the whole story from last week's episode explains it. But he probably doesn't like me because of things that have been said kind of towards him, not necessarily by me. Yeah. And just knowing, like, he doesn't come out for nothing. I'm like, is he going to kill me right now? Am I going to get stabbed? And, like, I mean, not really anything happened. I was coming up the stairs at night, and I've never seen him in the flesh, just in that little window. But, like, he steps out the door, looks me dead in my soul, and I couldn't help myself but to pick up the pace back into the apartment. And I noticed, because I looked out the peephole, he just came out because he heard me walking. Mm-hmm. Like, he didn't, like, have to get something from his car or, like, grab the mail at midnight. He just came out because he's like, oh, maybe this is my next victim, or, oh, who the fuck is walking up these stairs?
Creepy guy being weird as fuck.
Anyway, so that's just to paint the picture of. So the next day starts, the 4th of July, and there's a little gas station. We're in Parkersburg at this point. A little gas station, the Go Mart, a go-to, no pun intended, place for the Parkersburg, West Virginia people. It's like our Speedway. It's like 5-minute drive, if that, from the apartment. We drive to the gas station. I'm still, wiping the cum out of my eyes, waking up. That's what I call it. And as I'm walking into the gas station to grab a drink, we all notice kind of at the same time, holy shit. There's a big, and I mean big, and first picture debut of the condition show, whatever, because there'll be pictures. Huge plume of smoke. Like, we're talking, this ain't no house fire. Like, you can see from miles away. Big ass fire. And at first, we're like probably a couple miles away from it, but it looks like it's like a couple steps away. And I'm like taking pictures, taking videos. I'm like, what the hell is that? And then the way this whole conspiracy thing starts, the way I get pulled in, is I'm taking this picture, and this blessed man in this construction vest walks up to me. And if you're watching, shout out you. He walks up to me, he's like, definitely an inside job. And I'm like, wait, what? And so you piqued my interest. Like, I'm curious. I convened with my girlfriend. I'm like, should I? He says this, and I'm like, oh, that's crazy. He says a couple things in passing. Takes me a second to register it. I go in the gas station, come back out. I'm like, should I talk to him? Like, get some of the scoop? And they're like, yeah. So I go and talk to him, and I tell him like, yeah, I do this podcast. I'm in town for the weekend. I'm curious, like, what do you think it's an inside job? What's going on? And he just kind of goes, look up the documentary, The Devil We Know. Watch that. Look up Dupont, Chemours, yada, yada, yada. And we exchanged Instagram information. I'm like, okay,
Right.
fucking sold. I go and look like closer at this fire, by the way. It's this whole warehouse lit up and like on fire. If you can look it up, Parkersburg warehouse fire, it's like in the news. Official story is basically in the first 24 hours they're saying, oh, warehouse on fire due to like cardboard igniting. And if you look at this picture, it's like, what do you think caused this fire? Is it fireworks,
Right.
bombs, gasoline? Nope, cardboard. That's the official story. But I'll go back or forward, depending on how you look at it. I watched a documentary.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, the warehouse that's on fire, it's the People's Cartage Warehouse. That's what it's called.
Well, so not to cut you off, you watched a documentary about the event that was transpiring post, then I'm assuming?
So, yeah.
After?
So,
Okay.
feel free to cut off any questions. Because what happened was the documentary he told me to watch, The Devil We Know.
Mm-hmm.
I watched that a few days after like leaving West Virginia.
Okay.
And he's like, it'll start you down the rabbit hole, basically. It's a Sundance Festival award-winning documentary. It's legit.
Shout out Sundance.
Hell yeah.
Come on the show.
So I watched this afterwards. Nothing to do on the surface with the fire that happened in Parkersburg.
Yeah.
But what the documentary is about DuPont and eventually becoming Chemours. What DuPont and this documentary is basically about is more or less, because I don't want to overcomplicate it, basically DuPont makes a shitload of chemicals, uses it to sell and create products like Teflon. If you ever heard of like Teflon pans, non-sticking pans, they have Teflon in them. For simplicity's sake, let's just say Teflon. The thing that makes Teflon so valuable as cookingware is that it's water resistant, it's non-stick. It's used in tons of shit, not just cookingware. But DuPont was responsible for basically creating Teflon.
Okay.
Teflon skyrockets in popularity. Everybody's using it. Everything from Gore-Tex to clothes to cars, your cooking stuff. It's in so much shit.
Mm-hmm.
Throughout the documentary, it basically comes out that they knowingly put this stuff out, put like Teflon out with a chemical they knew was highly toxic to humans. Maybe it's an overstatement, but they knew, hey, this isn't good, but we can't afford to make a new product. And, and any new product we'll make like Teflon will likely have a chemical just the same or worse, which is where The Devil We Know line for the title comes in, because there's like literally an inner business like form that they're kind of like talking about, like, hey, we know this is dangerous. The chemical in Teflon that's dangerous, I believe it's called C8. We know this is dangerous. We can't afford to make something any different or better. We'll stick with the devil we know, kind of. Gotcha. Watch the documentary. I'll explain it more. But basically, they end up finding out in this documentary that they're negligent. They knew it was bad. They tested it on animals. They died or had deformities. Bunch of people were affected by this product basically being put out there without any care in the world for the people in that area. They're dumping it in the water. I don't want to get off track here. I'm trying. It's a lot of information in this documentary, but like,
Well, where can people watch this documentary?
it's like Apple TV, YouTube,
Apple
like
TV. That's just kind of around.
Prime.
Okay, it's just
Yeah,
it's
so
called The Devil You Know.
Devil We Know. I
Devil
think
We
it's
Know.
like
Okay, right.
$3.99 to rent. 'Cause
Gotcha.
I could talk so much about the documentary itself and the whole thing of like Dupont and why they had to end Dupont and release their sister company Chemours and like all the stuff they talk about in there. But the weird thing is, for me personally, and you can ask me about some of the stuff with the doc if you want, but where it connects to this warehouse fire years down the line after they've been sued for like $500 million, like, I mean, Dupont or Chemours, whatever, for all the trouble they cause people with like deformities, heart conditions, cancers.
That was my next question. Is like these chemicals that we've all, everybody on the planet has ingested unwillingly at this point.
It's in your blood.
What are the actual like greater health ramifications?
Heart risks, higher cholesterol. I think it puts you more prone to different cancers, but mainly like a lot of heart risks. And in the documentary, they talk a lot about like they interview these people that were born in the area with deformities, and it seems throughout the whole thing it's very clear it was deformities basically skyrocketed because of this chemical and how badly it got into the water.
Okay.
And they didn't necessarily prove it was or wasn't because of that.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, is like what legal ramifications have come out of them polluting society at
They
large,
basically got sued for $500 million.
and then just pulled the
They're
corporate
a
rebrand.
multi-billion-dollar company.
Right. So they just shut out the money and then pulled a corporate rebrand. You're saying, and then
Basically,
launched a sister company.
Yeah, basically the only difference here is that for like the first time ever, they did one of those like lawsuits where it's a class action lawsuit.
Yeah.
Where they get a bunch of people who are suffering from this, and basically most scenarios like that, the company gets found liable, and then they pay out a shit ton of money to those people.
Okay.
For the first time ever, I guess, what the people who were involved in the class action lawsuit did, like the victims, they decided, oh, we don't want you to pay us. We want you to pay to basically test how bad you guys fucked up. Like,
Yeah.
get like, okay, what's a normal person's blood look like without your bullshit C8 chemical in it? And what does our blood look like now?
Yeah.
Because I probably raced over it too fast, but like they end up finding like some guy in India has C8 in his bloodstream because of how badly they just fucked it. Like they were dumping it in the water. There's this store, and it just causes all kinds of bad health risks. And also, nobody gave them the right to like pollute their blood.
Right.
There's like a crazy story where they basically wanted this farmer's land for like dumping hazardous waste, more or less.
Yeah.
They tell them, "Oh, we're not going to ruin your farm or like this land. It's not hazardous." And more or less, like a couple months later, the farmer's like checking out the land. He's like, "There's like 10 dead deer by where you guys are dumping this shit, and the deer have black teeth."
Yeah.
Which, by the way, they were like dumping it in like the water supply that like people were drinking. Kids were coming out with black teeth and shit.
Jesus.
And like just fucked people over massively, and then just like, oh, we'll hide behind a new name, which is Chemours. But anyway, the connection is the fire we saw is literally Chemours' storage warehouse where they store hazardous chemicals, and the warehouse itself has been sued multiple times for the negligent handling of said chemicals. There was a fire just as big like a couple years ago, and then they got sued and were like, you guys got to get your shit together and start like like the hazardous chemicals weren't marked properly. They weren't even closed up properly. There was stuff in there that like could have caused a fire like this, and they're like, you got to cut this shit out. Get a check like months later, they're still doing it, and now it's like now this fire happens, and basically there's just this like long string of carelessness or um, evil, whatever you want to call it, with this company, and just like basically not giving a fuck about proper procedure or people in general. So I've reached out to the guy that I talked to in West Virginia trying to figure out, all right, but where's the inside job part come in? Like, do you think they caused this fire as like a assets thing? Like, hey, we're gonna get sued for this much. Let's burn these assets, insurance fraud, whatever, or evidence. I don't know, but he claimed when I saw him in person that like somehow he had like had some inkling that maybe they were like basically taking loads of product out there days before, shutting off the water lines to stop that would have stopped the fire. Just a bunch of shit. But if you have any questions, ask him. But like,
I mean, so like I'm vaguely familiar with the Dupont company because any of my fellow nerds out there that have played through Fallout 76, 76 takes place in West Virginia.
I did know this.
The Dupont Chemical Company, I'm pretty sure, is referenced by name in relation to the existence of a specific in-game cryptid. Like DuPont fucked some shit up, I guess, and then a chemical got out when the nuclear apocalypse hits in the game franchise, of course.
That's actually crazy.
And then their chemical creates the name of the monster is eluding me. It's this big amalgamous flesh beast that like physically beats the shit out of you. It's the something monster. It'll come to me at some point. But yeah, so DuPont gets referenced in Fallout 76. I'm like pretty fucking sure.
Well, if they're in West Virginia, it's hard to mention. Knowing now about this whole DuPont shit, like, it's such a big company that, like, in Parkersburg, especially because it's by their factory, you don't really know people that don't have some connection of, like, oh, so and so that I know worked here. Oh, my ex worked here. My brother in law worked here. Like, they create so many jobs and also problems for West Virginia. So I guess Fallout did their research.
I'm looking up the name of the creature right now. It is called the Grafton Monster. Yeah. The Grafton Monster. Let me see. 7.5 foot tall brute is completely headless with an oversized chest and muscular raw gray skin that looks like it is made entirely of exposed flesh. It was created by okay, so a company in Fallout is goes by the name of West Tech Research, but West Tech is a pretty much an amalgamation of like the world's shittest companies. You know
Okay.
what I mean?
Yeah,
Brought
yeah.
together. So like they are analogous for like DuPont for like a lot of places where they kind of get
sounds
thrown
like
in.
they couldn't if they're doing it in West Virginia and making that kind of like amalgamous of like horrible companies. You can't not be thinking of DuPont, especially with the chemical connection and like yeah, just
Yeah.
it's pretty insane because like it affects people all around the world.
hmm
Like I was listening to it and it's like I'll listen to a lot of documentaries, but this one was just different because it's like, damn, like I feel like people in that area hear about that and know about all that and like why like that's such a horrible thing, but
Right.
you start to learn like this dickhead of a company literally just tainted the water supply with this horrible chemical that they knew was horrible so badly that everybody's like affected by it. To get a
Ruining everyone's life.
yeah, and to like get a base, like they were trying to test the blood to like see like, all right, what's normal blood look like versus like blood that's been like affected with this chemical.
Yeah.
They couldn't find anybody.
Hmm.
They were like they had to go and find people that were like sent out to like some war, like they were like soldiers deployed overseas. Um because this was before it spread so far, I think. But they were like only not exposed because they were not in the immediate area.
Gotcha.
But like anybody in like the country was exposed. Like
Okay.
so
Gotcha.
it's pretty wild. But and also just the fire was so crazy. Like we actually got really close cuz shockingly people like it wasn't really blocked off that much. Like obviously you couldn't just like walk up to where all the like fire trucks are, but probably could have somebody that could throw a rock well could probably throw a rock and hit the fire from where we were standing.
Yeah.
And
I mean, you would FaceTime me while you were down there. Instagram video called me, something like that. But you had called me while you were down there, and were showing me just the smoke and the fire and everything from a distance, and it's really crazy. I mean, is this new company Chemours?
Chemours.
Yeah, is Chemours, are they facing any like financial responsibility or any like
For the fire?
legal action for this insane fire? Yeah.
So the thing is that like based on what I gathered, the fire was a People's Cartage Warehouse, which is just a company that they're doing business with for storage.
Right.
So like they're still investigating everything. I don't think they know the full scope of what went down there, like how it happened, but like I don't know if I don't think they're so connected that then Chemours would be responsible for this because it sounds to me like it's two separate companies that work together,
Yeah.
but that are both just negligent.
Well, but like if I'm a storage company and you are a conglomerate and you're like, hey, Matt, I'm going to store my stuff with you. If it's your thing that then destroys my business, I have to come after you for money.
Yeah.
Like there's no. So I don't know if like. If we don't hear anything about it, then they figured it out behind closed doors and grubby hands and figured it out. But like, because of the history of the company they were before the the PR name change, there's got to be something done. You know, these companies can't be allowed to just simply exist and fuck us over and see record profits every year. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean it's just so insane because like there was depositions where you just hear these like emails between high up employees in the company, and they're just like basically like the whistleblower more or less like talking about them, and they just be emailing like fuck this guy is just a con artist, and then the same guy would have sent an email to like higher ups like make sure they don't get a hold of the toxicology reports for how bad this fucking chemical is. It's like how do you fucking sleep at night?
Exactly.
Like,
I just saw a crazy thing, and it was a leaked part of a Epstein email, and it said it was Jeffrey Epstein in reference to children, it's Epstein referring to children as shrimp, and it's like, yeah, get rid of the head, keep the body. Was literally what it said in this email, and I'm just like, the way these people talk to each other, it's just evil.
Every time I read some email from that whole Epstein shit, he like talks like a 12-year-old about this shit. Like, ironically, like
he's so geeked about everything and doesn't see anything wrong with what he's doing, even though it's the most heinous shit imaginable.
Well, did you ever see? I was like, it's so almost gross. Like where I'm about to say out loud, like, yeah, me and my girlfriend were like skimming through these like emails and this leak when it all came out like months and months ago, just like because it was when everybody was talking about it, like they had released like a bunch of emails, a bunch of photos and stuff, and like you could go onto a website and just view the shit that's public now. It's just gross that like we have to be exposed to this shit because of how creepy these fucking people are.
Yeah.
And that they're with anyway. I remember specifically there was one photo that was like people were like it was basically him and like Ghislaine around like a Thanksgiving table, kind of like a gathering, and on the table was either I doubt real because I don't think it would be out if that was the case, but it was like made to look like a human child's body, but like strung up how a turkey is with its legs.
Ew.
Like on the table, and they're like laughing, and it's like if it's real or not, it's just as fucked.
It's sickening, yeah.
And I'm like, it was some of the stuff that was like with that whole thing is just so vile. It's so vile. and it's just weird. Like how do you get that far gone? How are people so sick that they're like just casually doing shit like that?
Right.
And the fact that just so many things that we have no power of really like changing, more or less, of like these evil corporations, these evil fucking creeps that are pulling strings and have enough
Well, it's-
money to do so unscathed.
Everyone is powerless in the face of God, right? In Western civilization, the more money you have, the more akin you are to a religious figure, unfortunately, right? That's just kind of the world we live in. And so, I mean, they're just real world responsibilities and blowback for their crimes just don't exist for these people because even if the company goes under, everybody involved has millions of assets, billions of dollars, and other shit. Their hands are in different pots, as is. And I mean, Teflon is used heavily by the U.S. military. So, will anything probably get done about this? No. It's like if gunpowder had a chemical in it that made you autistic.
Yeah.
We're still going to make gunpowder because it's how we shoot people.
Well, and,
Like, it's too much money in it.
and to your point, like it's the area that company is like based in where they did the most damage is like autism rates are way up, ADHD is way up. Like, yeah, you guys fucked the whole town or state, world.
Generations of people.
Yeah, and just don't, whatever to make money. Oh, and I forgot they changed it. Don't worry, they took away C8 and released a new chemical that basically does the same thing and called
Right.
it Generation X.
But if like I mean you already said earlier that like when they first had issues with things back in the day pre name change, actually the cause of the name change I believe is what
Yes.
you said. And they were like, we can do something else, but it will have the same effect. So the fact that they just waited 20, 30 years and then actually just did that and are now acting like it's normal.
Only
is
because they
crazy.
started to get exposed. It's just insane.
Yeah.
But microplastics.
Microplastics, man. Fucking microplastics, crazy. I've always wanted to go to Point Pleasant, West Virginia. I really want to go to the Mothman Museum.
Yeah, I've drove by it a couple of times.
looks
Never
so
had
cool.
the pleasure of going in there. I had
Statue
some
out
Mothman
front.
chips.
I want they've got clothes there. They've got Mothman swag and merch, and I need some, bro. My edgy ass needs some.
I'm more of a Bigfoot guy, but
Mm,
Mothman's
okay.
pretty sick.
Mothman's so fucking cool. Like
He's a Bigfoot that flies.
the Silver Bridge catastrophe that happened, and I believe it's 1967. I'm pretty sure. My buddy, so I got my first roommate ever. His father, and his name's Alex. Shout out Alex. He was there as a child because he used to live in West Virginia, in Point Pleasant or whatever at that time, wherever the Silver Bridge was. I think still is. It's been rebuilt. But there's the bridge gave out, and then Mothman was just there. And from an apparent eyewitness testimony of someone that was literally boots on the ground right there looking at the whole thing, he saw the creature, and then like literally MIB pulled up, told everyone to stay the fuck back. They tried to contain the shit, and then the creature just fucking took off. Is apparently the unredacted, unabridged truth coming from somebody that was literally right there. Not what the government's going to tell us, which is, of course, as we all know, a lie.
Yeah, it's
Fascinating.
it's what year was that?
67? I believe it's 1967 was
so
the Silver
funny?
Bridge collapse.
I was gonna make a horrible joke in light of things, but like maybe it's just some guy fell into a Dupont tainted river or something, because they started all that bullshit in '68.
Yeah. Yes, that makes
So-
sense. Let me I've got it pre-pulled up here. Let me make sure I'm getting the dates right on that. I wanted to bring that up. And I kind of
So
let me see.
not to pull you off, but
They're good.
Why'd the bridge collapse?
So the bridge collapsed, I believe, due to it was like it's a structural thing, something like that. But Mothman is believed to be like an entity of just like the end times. Okay, yeah. So we'll send Julian pictures of this so we can get it on screen. That's literally the collapsed bridge.
And
The
that's,
legend
like,
of
the first
Mothman.
known sighting is when he pulls up for whatever reason at this
No.
bridge collapsing time.
The first sightings of Mothman come from two different couples that were driving past an old military base and witnessed a creature that was winged but a man with glowing red, they described as hypnotic eyes. And then they sped away in their car, and the creature was keeping up with them in pursuit up to almost 100 miles per hour.
Jesus Christ. I mean, if I'm the military and I'm about to start doing tests on this fucking moth-like alien demon creature, and I wanted to keep it on the low, what better place than West Virginia? Because I mean, people just I love West Virginia's cool. People are awesome there, super nice, but people just love to disrespect people from places like that.
They do.
They can just write them off. It's like, oh, buddy had a little bit too much of the fucking moonshine or whatever. It's like,
I nailed it with the year. It is 1967. It was December 15th, and the bridge went down due to a microscopic 0.1 inch flaw inside of a single steel, what's called eye bar, and its suspension chain. The flaw grew over the bridge's 40-year lifespan due to stress, corrosion, and corrosion fatigue because the bridge lacked structural redundancy. The failure of this single part caused the entire structure to collapse into the Ohio River within seconds.
Jesus. So it's a bridge over the Ohio River. I didn't realize that.
And it killed 46
Probably a
people.
huge bridge. Oh, wow.
It killed almost 50 people.
So it's kind of, you think the story goes that Mothman showed up because there's people going to the end times, or
he's like a disaster angel, essentially. Yeah, he pops whenever things are like a mass casualty event's going to happen. He's there. There's pictures that existed way before AI and stuff, but not before Photoshop, of what's like right before 9/11 happens. There's kind of a thing like you can kind of see in the sky, and it looks like it's a bird, it's a plane, it's a winged man. It's, you know what I mean?
Mothman.
Exactly. So I don't know. You know, Mothman's very interesting in that sense. You know, it could be a guy in a high-tech military suit just doing whatever, like he's fucking the original Blue Beetle. It could be a lot of stuff, but it's a permeated culture in such a cool way. Like, to bring up Fallout 76 again, you can like
almost the 76th time, Paul. It's for
literally
5 episodes. But I love it.
You can you fight the Mothman, and there's two different versions. There's the red-eyed Mothman that's a dickhead and has a whole cult that worships him in the apocalypse. Then there's the wise Mothman.
Quick question: is the dickhead with the cult version of Mothman, is it one of those like Scooby-Doo, like take the mask off, it's a dude in a fucking fit kind of thing, or it's just Mothman but he's got a cult?
He's just evil for some reason. And then there's
it's still like creature being
1,000%. Yeah, like a beast entity thing that can like pop up on you, disappear. It makes a horrifying sound when you're fighting it, like 1,000 locusts at once coming out of one thing. It's crazy as fuck, but there's also the wise Mothman, and he's got purple eyes, and if you try to attack it, it just fucks off. Like, it just disappears into the night, and it's gone.
And both these Mothmans are just the 76 Fallout?
Yeah, they kind of coexist.
The one I've never played.
A lot of people didn't play it when it first came out, because it just wasn't very good when it first came out. I like it a lot now, personally.
It's kind of like one of those, like, Cyberpunk, where it's like it released kind of needed some bugs worked out.
Yeah,
and
Cyberpunk and No Man's Sky. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you saying all this about Mothman makes me think of my favorite alien sighting story.
I
have two.
Yeah.
Quick version is one. It's the most accounted, like most people with the most accounts on the same time of a UFO sighting over like the Lake of Chicago or whatever it's called.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Where like 50 odd people like called in to multiple like 911, like weather networks, whatever. Like, I see UFOs at this time at this place, and they're all the same thing. And like weather radars picked it up.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't remember much else about it other than that, but it's like so many people on this same night saw the same shit. So how do you deny that? And then there's one like really crazy thing that was like declassified by the KGB, where they claim that like there was a UFO crash and like soldiers went up, and this is just declassified stuff. It's not like I saw this story on Reddit. It's like a declassified KGB story where they're like going up to this crashed UFO and like checking it out, and then this wave of light just hits them, and these soldiers turn like cement.
Oh, the triangle shaped thing?
I don't know. probably talking about the same thing.
I think I've seen this. What you're talking about? Yeah, I was on it. They did a show about it back in the day. It was like My Strange Encounters or something, my Paranormal Life, something like that. But they covered that story. Yeah, and it's like a bunch of Russian guys. They like try touching this thing. It's like a triangle type thing, and then it turns on. And I think one of them gets away to be able to tell the story, but some of the guys were literally like petrified.
Yeah, like turn to stone.
Crazy as fuck.
I've been thinking about aliens ever since you put me
Aliens,
on to Camp Gagnon. And
Shout out Mark Gagnon. Shout out Flagrant. Shout out Andrew Schultz. R.I.P. Akash Singh's career. Love Camp Gagnon.
Wait, what's the deal with that? I'm sorry. What happened to his career?
wife
I'm out
said-
of Flagrant.
Just to get through it quickly, his wife said a bunch of dumbass shit on the internet. People didn't like it well, and then she took that as Andrew Schultz fosters a community of incels. And then I'm assuming behind closed doors got with Akash and was like, them or me. And he was like, I'll choose you, of course. And now he's like, he's gained a bunch of weight and stuff. And I'm not fucking skinny myself, guy.
I don't
but
like any of this.
it just sucks. I like Akash Singh a lot. I think he's funny as fuck. I got put on to him from the Flagrant podcast. Flagrant's still a pretty big, successful pod. And I hope Akash does well in the future. You know, I found out about bro from the pod. I wouldn't have known about bro from the pod, and he's doing these big shows now off the pod.
I feel like a lot of people and shows like that, even not just Flagrant, grew their careers along with the podcast.
Literally, yeah.
And so, I mean, Camp Gagnon, which is a mouthful, no pun intended.
So good.
But yeah, I've been thinking a lot about the fucking interdimensional aliens. Are we a farm? Like, it's just those things are roaming around my fucking head.
In the spirit of talking about our favorite like UFO encounters, my favorite, the icing on the cake for me goes to the Battle of Los Angeles.
Oh yeah, that one's pretty insane too.
Because there's the movie Battle LA, Battle Los Angeles, right? But the actual real life event. So the 2011 sci-fi film Battle Los Angeles is inspired by a bizarre real-life historical event called the Battle of Los Angeles.
Pictures, maybe I'll put one.
On February 25th, 1942. And I mean, yeah, the pictures, we're looking at them now, the pictures are just insane. I mean, these are real.
It's like anti-aircraft guns on lights they didn't understand, more or less, correct?
I mean, everybody started shooting at this thing, bro. If you had a gun and you were on the ground, you started shooting at this thing after the first round went off.
Like beam of light, UFO, whatever you want to call it, run around the sky. Military spazzes, everybody spazzes, and there's like photo evidence to show like they were trying to gun this thing down.
Exactly. And
they never obviously succeeded unless they did, and it's an area of fucking 58.
Well, this is so it says just months after Pearl Harbor, military forces fired over 1,440 anti-aircraft rounds into the night sky over a suspected enemy. The attack, following radar detection of an unidentified object off the California coast, a total blackout was ordered at 2:21 a.m. At 3:16 a.m., the 37th Coast Artillery Brigade opened fire with 50 caliber machine guns and sent heavy anti-aircraft shells. Insane. The aftermath is, despite illuminating the sky with searchlights and firing for over an hour, no planes were ever hit or officially identified. The chaos resulted in 5 civilian deaths, 2 from heart attacks and 3 from car crashes in the darkness.
Oh wow!
The blackout was like
the
whole
are
city.
Shells not falling or like
Literally, yeah.
But I forgot that it was right after Pearl Harbor. I
Yeah.
mean, that makes sense why they didn't like. All right, guys, what if
We
this
were
is
not
one
asking
of our
questions
things?
first.
Yeah, nah. No, fuck that.
Yeah, and then we atom bombed them anyway.
Yeah, twice.
Well, one was a nuclear bomb. One was an atomic bomb.
Yeah, what is it? Little fat man and the midget. It's Fat Boy and
that's the fat man is I believe the nuclear bomb, and the other, I forget the name of the atomic bomb. A bomb. I'm pretty sure it's just that, because I don't know that science has gone further than the atomic bomb.
it's actually kind of insane. Like, well, to what you're saying first, like, have you ever seen the pictures of when the nuke hit and it like incinerated people? Their like ashes are like burnt into the surface behind them.
Yeah,
like,
the blast radius just of their remains just in the ground.
You can see like they're called like what was this?
The ghosts of Nagasaki.
Yeah, the ghosts of Nagasaki.
Yeah.
And there's just like you can see their
Ghosts of
figure
Hiroshima,
just like etched
maybe.
into the wall. It's
fucked,
horrible.
bro. Well, and so like the radiation levels in those areas just now within the past couple years have dipped below a point to where they're like habitable zones again. And like the
And habitable is questionable.
it's
I'm sure.
I'm sure by their standard, I mean, there's no FDA over there. I'm
Yeah.
sure everything's questionable, but it's free housing. You just have to live there for it's like 6 months, a year, 3 years. I know those are wildly different ranges, but it's something like that. Free home, free equity overseas.
Yeah.
You just have to post up there for a while and integrate a little
Live
bit.
in the blast zone.
There's an amazing story from a guy just trying to go to work. He's just trying to go to work, just an Asian businessman, and he's there when the bombs fall in Nagasaki, and then he gets on a train to go to work. Where's he going to work to? Hiroshima.
Oh my God.
Yeah, dude. And so
I've never heard that story.
he lives through the first blast and is like,
Fuck it. I'm making
I
it
have
to work.
I have a job to do and a family to feed. Everything's clearly going to shit right now. I got to make sure tomorrow is still okay for me.
Yeah.
And then he lived through the second bomb. Witnessed it happen while on the train. Didn't die.
That's crazy.
It's the craziest
I
fucking
think the
story.
universe was telling him to take a day off.
If anyone that's watching this thinks they're having a bad day, imagine being that guy. Everything
that's
you
fair.
love gets destroyed in front of you on the molecular level. Not once, but twice. Twice.
And not even kidding. I mean, work life is very important in their culture. So like that,
Huge.
when his job blew up, he's like, "Fuck, I really like that job. I respect that job."
No, exactly.
And then I'm
Like,
sure his family probably.
I mean,
didn't
can you
make it.
imagine living through a nuclear event and then being like, "Oh my god, I still have to go to work."
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
God.
Well, that's where our cultures differ because you've got me fucked.
You
If
got me
you
all the
think
way fucked
if
up.
I even see a nuke off in the way distance, I'm calling off.
If they nuke Texas, we're not working in Ohio. you
Yeah,
know?
dude. Yeah. So
Country's
it's
shut
like
down.
he's like nothing will stop me. I am a stoic Japanese man.
Crazy resolve on the guy. And my apologies if I'm flip flopping Nagasaki and Hiroshima in terms of like
Still
where
two
he came
nukes.
from, and then we still,
I didn't realize they were that close to each other.
yeah. I mean, Japan's not very big.
Yeah, you always
compared
forget.
to like us. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
because
saying?
like literally, you in Europe, it's always like if you want to take a Europe trip and like flip flop around there,
Mhm.
like you just gotta get there, and then once you're there, you can kind of go wherever
Right.
pretty cheap. Like, oh, dude, that's insane, bro. I hope we don't get nuked. You hear about everything that's going on with Iran's really pissed off at us right now. They want to murder Trump.
I fucking let them try. Fuck them. On it, real shit though, bro. Because they elected. There were 3 ayatollahs before this all started. Ever, the first one, the second one, and then our guy. Right? We murder him. We murder his homies. Everyone's dead. They elect a new guy. We kill him. It's his son. We kill him. Then we kill his guys.
Cold deal.
Then they elect another Ayatollah, and we kill him within 5 minutes of him being announced as the Ayatollah.
An Ayatollah sounds like a bomb. Let me just say.
I mean, it does. It's a really fucking cool name for a leader, honestly.
Like,
Ayatollah
it sounds
is
like
so gangster,
the
bro.
sequel to Nuke.
It does. But
I'm gonna drop an Ayatollah on you.
It sounds bad. Yeah, it sounds heavy. But yeah, fucking. And so we've literally doubled the number of leaders that nation's ever had under the current regime. So it's just crazy, even if they, do something crazy to us. Scoreboard, scoreboard, dude.
Well,
We've ass fucked you before. We'll ass fuck you again. We are America.
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 I
That's what we do.
certainly hope there's not like a 9/11 too. That would be horrible.
Well, no,
but I don't think
course
they
no
have
one
the.
wants that. But
I don't think they have the means.
I don't think that something
I'm
like
talking out my
that.
ass though.
I don't think something. I mean, everyone's got the means. Any human on the planet can accomplish anything,
That's
right?
fair
So I mean,
enough.
we have to keep that in mind. But it's like, 9/11 can never happen again because of how hard the first time restructured our entire country.
Yeah.
The airport is a huge pain in the ass now, and everyone hates it by design. So
It's-
9/11 2 doesn't happen.
It's actually crazy to think like how many things were different before that, and they're like, not again. Like
Not again.
you could smoke on planes. You could just freely take whatever baggage on planes.
Yeah, whatever.
It's
The plane was
I mean, it's a fair
convenient back
point,
then,
but
right? The plane was a convenient, nice thing back then, and then, like all good things, someone ruined it, and now it has to be shitty.
yeah.
Now it has to be a whole no more than this amount of fluid ounces on the plane, no more this, no more than that, because literally because 9/11.
Dude, did you hear about the this is sorry, my ADD. But like I recently heard the story, this is like last night. There was like this flight instructor was taking this woman student out on like a course. She already like knew how to fly, but she didn't have enough hours to like qualify to like really just have her own flight license or whatever. And while they were up there, he looks at her, you know what to do. Unbuckles his seatbelt and jumps out the fucking plane. What a
Oh,
dick
and
move.
then they landed the plane still.
Yeah, what a
yeah,
dick
I saw
move.
that. That's so.
You couldn't have just done that yourself. You had to like scar me for the rest of my life. Like, and just by the way, like that was the line you got out. If
Did
I'm
he
gonna
parachute or kill himself?
what?
Well, did he? Like,
No, he just killed
I guess,
himself.
I guess like we shouldn't say that.
Well, he
Unalived
himself.
Yeah. Okay. Huh.
I'm just gonna, yeah. But what is
Jeez.
the difference? I'm sorry, but like it's people are so sensitive now. But
It's not even people. It's literally YouTube.
yeah. So, but no, like, not to be. I feel horrible for her. Like, she's gonna have to live with that for the rest of her life. And I'm sure he was going through some shit. But like, with all that being said, that's the last line you get out. You know what to do. I'm saying something funny. I gotta get a one-liner out there. Like, you want to know how to really fly? Do it under pressure. And then just fucking. But it's so nuts.
I think my stop is here. What do
Yeah.
you mean? I think my stop is here.
I just remembered I can fly. And then
Right.
jump. But no, like,
I've got a flight to catch. We're already in the air.
yeah, like I'd rather you go out the way the guy like who went GTA flying did. That's
Man.
like at least he was alone. Like
Crazy.
that was insane. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically a guy took a plane. He worked at the airport as like a like flight traffic.
Air traffic control.
Yeah. Or not even that. I think he like held the blinking cones.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Signal guy.
And so signal guy gets in the fucking plane, flies it, and he's like, "Oh, I'm actually doing it." He's talking to people. They're trying to talk him down. He's like, "You think I could do a barrel roll in this thing?" Pulls off like at least one or two like insane like there's no way he should have made that, but he did.
Right.
And then he's like, "Well, I had the fun I wanted to. I guess see ya." And it's so sad, but it's also like that's if you're going to do a barrel roll.
Yeah, make it a spectacle. Yeah, make it a whole
But
fucking
don't.
thing.
BetterHelp.
We're talking. Shout out BetterHelp. Please sponsor us. You'll sponsor anyone. Give us money. Fucking. There's my favorite like plane related story ever is DB Cooper. Are you familiar with DB Cooper?
Yes, that thing amazes me.
It amazes me too, and it's
I think he died in the woods, though.
I think he became an old transgender woman.
Okay, enlighten me. Tell the people who don't know who
Boom.
DB Cooper
Okay.
is.
So DB Cooper pulled off the most. All right. So the story of Dan Cooper, best known as DB Cooper, was the alias of an unidentified man who hijacked Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 305, a Boeing 727 aircraft flying from Portland, Oregon to Seattle, Washington on November 24th, 1971. Cooper told the flight crew he had a bomb. This is what it is. Yeah, not the bank thing. My bad. Cooper told the flight crew he had a bomb and demanded $200,000 in ransom, equivalent to $1.6 million in 2025, adjusted for inflation, and 4 parachutes was a part of his demands. I'm so sorry. Upon landing in Seattle, after releasing the passengers in Seattle, Cooper directed the crew to refuel the aircraft and begin a second flight to Mexico City with a refueling stop in Reno, Nevada. Now think about that for a second. You just peacefully took over well, you said you had a bomb. I don't think you really had one. You've just commandeered a plane and convinced everyone involved to refuel the same plane and let you get back in the sky. It's just insane to me. So after stopping for the refuel in Reno, Nevada, and taking off from Seattle, Cooper opened the aircraft's aft door, which is that sliding. The aft door is that sliding door you see come open in horror movies and stuff, and everyone
Yeah.
gets sucked out. That is that door. And then he parachuted to an uncertain fate over a remote, heavily wooded area of southwest Washington because of a reporter's error. The aircraft hijacker became known as D.B. Cooper. The hijacker's true identity and fate remain unknown. Now, the thing with this is a lot of people have looked into this over the years and come to a lot of conclusions. But the one that interests me the most is the thought that DB Cooper used the money that they gave him and after jumping out of the refueled aircraft that crashed somewhere, and became a woman. Which, and I know that might sound kind of crazy, or maybe just a bit ahead of his time, with the wokeness.
He was a trailblazer.
He's a trailblazer in the trans community. Look what DB Cooper did for trans people today.
Yeah.
Someone had to crawl through mud. Don't kill me.
Or jump through the sky.
Don't kill me. I love Dave Chappelle. But fucking so I'm trying not to mince words or confuse details here, so I'm stumbling slightly. I apologize. I forget if it might have actually been a Camp Gagnon video, an earlier one where he covered DB Cooper. It was either him or Wendigoon. They both might have brought it up though. Shout out everybody I just mentioned. But yeah, the thought is he landed, made a new identity, completely reinvented himself into herself, got a home, a wife, wife already had a kid, raised kid, like literally had a whole gay trans life after doing all this crazy shit and just lived out the rest of his time in, wherever.
My only plot hole.
Yeah.
I think it's viable, but if you were trying to pull attention away from yourself in the 70s, I think the last thing you'd want to do is chop your dick off.
Well, I mean,
You feel me?
Well, but that's also in today's economy of where we tell everybody when we take shits. There's no internet really at this time for the most part, right? Like,
I'm saying in town, that's probably pulling a lot of attention.
Dependently.
Because I'm also guessing a transition is not too smooth in the 70s.
I mean, it must have been convincing enough, right? There's some stuff I wish I wasn't dropping the ball here right at the end. Of course, for the craziest part of it, but there's a lot of stuff that really lines up, adds up. There's records of a person that just never existed until after he had done the things and then was just like lady him.
So there's kind of like a specific person of interest that like we think miss DB Cooper.
Exactly, yeah. And I mean everyone involved is long dead at this point, but we're still talking about it and trying to get to the bottom of shit. But the most up-to-date modern consensus, while it's crazy as fuck, is that DB Cooper transitioned into a woman, lived out the rest of his life as a lady.
So that's what a lot of people like. That's the main story people are going with.
Yeah,
like,
that's just the new meta, more or less, with the DB Cooper thing.
That's actually like so insane,
crazy as fuck. Yeah.
And I'm wondering, like, okay, did he want to transition and needed the bread for it, or did he transition just because?
I mean, you brought up a good point, right? Like, he probably didn't feel happy with himself, and at the time, you can't just express that to even your closest people around you, right?
Yeah.
So he had to do something insane, essentially give DB Cooper one final ride into the sun like he's Icarus, and then regenesis life.
I think I've also heard that it's not even like we say DB Cooper, but I'm pretty sure he went by something different.
That's part of what I was just reading. Yeah, his name was Dan Cooper, but the fucking is a reporter error of what was where DB Cooper comes from.
It's also kind of odd, like the picture that people have, like a sketch of him or whatever. He looks like a Men in Black kind of guy. Like he does kind of look like a fucking agent.
He does, yeah. It's fucking super weird.
And to bring it back, it's like, how much did they change after that about airport security? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
Not much,
reckon
probably.
Not as much compared to 9/11, but I mean, yeah, that's a real picture of the guy.
Oh, so that's the person they think.
This is DB Cooper, the man.
So that real picture, like they have a photo of,
Yes. Yeah.
and then they just never found him. So they know what he looks like and just never been able to find him.
Exactly.
And I think like, where was it in Washington? The wooded area of Washington. Where was it? Because
So that was, it said, bum 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 bum.
I know there's some big wooded areas and like out there. That's like kind of how fucking Bigfoot came to be in like those kind of areas. So I'm like, you'd think if he died, somebody would have found remains of him.
Well, so in 1980, a small portion of the ransom money, $5,800, was found along the banks of the Columbia River near Vancouver, Washington.
Huh.
The discovery of the money renewed public interest in the crime but yielded no additional information, and the remaining money was never recovered. For 45 years after the hijacking, the Federal Bureau of Investigations, FBI, maintained an active investigation and built an extensive case file but did not reach any definitive conclusions about Cooper's identity. The FBI officially suspended active investigation of the case in 2016, although journalists, professional investigators, and amateur sleuths continue to pursue numerous theories for Cooper's identity and ultimate fate.
So most people don't think he died.
Yeah.
I wonder what like makes people like, like you cross that off of the possibilities. Like I wonder what evidence is out there as to like, okay, we don't think he died because the money's odd, but you could have lost that in your flight down to this fucking surface. Or I'm sure you're a little nervous when you just hijacked a plane and you're leaving with bags full of cash. But I find it odd they found $5,000, but that's a small portion of what, 1.78 million or whatever. And also I wonder, is 1985 grand what you said, is that's probably not adjusted to.
Yeah, I mean $5,800 on the riverbank, and adjusted to inflation for us now is probably, a good bit, at least double.
Because wait, so
double
what did
that
he ask
amount.
for at that time? I'm sorry, and it'll stop.
I fucking
Yeah.
I can't keep re-pulling stuff up. I'm
You're
so
good.
sorry.
Yeah, so you see why it's so interesting.
It is very
It's
interesting.
you asking fucking questions.
This apparently, so Barb Dayton, the Barb Dayton confession, I guess, is a
BD.
big thing.
BD.
Yeah, it's kind of. I don't know, man. It's very interesting. So, one of the prominent theories surrounding the infamous 1971 D.B. Cooper skyjacking suggests the hijacker was Barbara Dayton, a transgender woman and former pilot. Dayton reportedly confided to close friends that she pulled off the airborne heist dressed as a man, only to walk away and transition later.
Wait. Dressed as a man, meaning she was already a woman? You know what I mean?
Dayton.
Because it says transition later, but she said she pulled it off dressed as a man.
Yeah. Okay. So then, yeah. So I guess we're starting off this. So I guess this theory is like we started off as Barbara Dayton and then became Guy.
Ah.
And this is let me see. Dayton-born Robert Dayton underwent gender reassignment surgery in December 1969. Mired in depression and feeling resentful toward the FAA, she decided to execute the daring 1971 skyjacking. She boarded the Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 305 disguised in a suit and tie, utilizing a blouse underneath and shoe polish in her hair. After successfully executing the jump with a ransom of $200,000, she allegedly buried the money, though it was never definitely recovered.
And that's like the theory.
While this theory remains popular among researchers, the overarching D.B. Cooper Wikipedia mystery features numerous alternative suspects because a body or the vast majority of ransom money was never definitively found. The D.B. Cooper hijacking FBI case remains the only unsolved act of air piracy in American history.
Shout out DB Cooper. Come on the show.
Crazy as fuck. Yeah, man. Barbara Dayton.
Barbara fucking Dayton.
Fascinating. That's the most interesting angle on the DB Cooper thing to me, for real, is this whole Barbara Dayton thing. And if y'all, if you've made it this far into the episode, Lord willing you have, please feel free to debate that shit in the chat, bro. Let's talk about it. I would love
let us
to.
know what you think.
What are
Which
your
theory is
DB Cooper
favorite?
theories?
Or which fucking alien mythology, Mothman type Bigfoot thing? Or what's your favorite kind of conspiracy type
What's your favorite cryptid?
crazy stuff? I'm thinking, by the way, at this point, and I don't know how you're feeling, but we might be able to make this into a two-parter. But
We probably should wrap off here soon.
oh yeah, still, I just don't know where we're at.
I think so. It's 11:52 now. We didn't start recording until slightly after 10:20, 10:30. Almost want to say something like that. So we've got, an hour and some change as is. We got to
Okay.
cut down maybe 5 to 10 minutes
Yeah.
of flow and stuff anyway.
I might touch maybe we could quickly. Should we touch on Russians or the 16 kids and then end it off?
Let's go over the Russians because the
Okay.
Russian thing just happened.
Yeah. So I don't know where we'll cut in and out at, but so pretty much we're recording this podcast pretty damn late, much later than we had originally planned.
It is 11:53 p.m.
Yes, it's a late one. Not the latest in the show's history. The latest in the
Right.
show's history actually, I think, also has you, by the way.
Does.
You're,
I remember
shit-faced
that. Yeah.
After the bar. That's the
That
most
was
intoxicated
hot.
and latest podcast we've ever done.
It's awesome.
But anyway, go watch that. Let us know what you think. It's later because as we were literally setting up, about to do sound check and
Putting
everything.
The light in the corner. Sorry about the lighting in the last episode. We have lighting now.
Yeah, shout out Bob. He
Love you,
yelled
Bob.
at us. By the way, I was rewatching that today, and it's like at one point it does become completely black.
Well, then I noticed, and I'm like, oh wait.
And it's like I forgot I have fucking lights in here, and so I was like, okay. But no, so also like from the perspective of us starting, there's a little backstory that I wanted to mention, like how this came to be. But we were about to start the podcast, and like minutes from doing it, and then I get a call from my girlfriend. She's using her computer up there playing Sims and shit. And as we're like about to start, she calls me. I'm in like kind of work mode, but she's like, why did I just get this like virus notice about a Russian IP address? And I'm like, wait, what? It kind of like sparked both of our attentions. I put it on speaker, and I guess Matt, you can kind of go from there.
Yeah, okay. So what had happened is Julian's girlfriend is new to the whole PC thing, and she was just trying to download some mods for The Sims. If you're a girl watching this and play The Sims, you know what kind of mods she's trying to download, right? She's just gameplay enhancement stuff,
No,
and
there's more.
Well, and
There's
she
got some heinous mods on there, but
she downloads a mod pack that's just like a Sims preload, and it's literally got Russian malware in it that was trying to brick out their fucking computer. Like, there were just immediately pop-up ads about 5 viruses. Someone's connected to your computer. Bada. They're McAfee, and McAfee's pretty much fucking malware. It's a shit company and a shit service. Fuck those people. But anyway, everything is just on fire. The computer's going crazy. So she calls Julian. They're talking about it. I build computers. I'm a huge fucking tech nerd. When I'm not making music, I fix computers. Call me. And so we were up there.
Squad.
I took apart this new computer they just dropped $800 on. I'm balls deep in the computer. I'm taking off the side panel. I'm in there. I'm looking at the board, and it's a micro board, right? So it's really fucking small motherboard. Everything is compact, and it's Intel, which also was fucking annoying. Thankfully, they had another like older PC laying around here with 2 memory units in it. So I remove the memory unit from the Intel PC completely, and then hook up one of the older ones to that to try to establish a new system to boot from, just try to get rid of this issue. That shit continued to not work. The SATA cords were just not, I don't know. The SATA port in the motherboard was not registering them as actual devices, even though they completely were, and should have been fine.
Well, and the way you explained it was basically after these Russians were practically remote controlling our computer, trying to gain as much information and access to it as they could. We had to cut off the brain. The brain was toast because the Russians have the brain. Fuck the Russians.
Well, exactly, yeah.
Some dude at his laptop shitting in a bucket felt like he needed to get access to whatever files I have on my work from home /Sims computer.
The new poop bucket.
So, yeah, fuck them. But anyway, sorry.
No, you're fine. So, yeah, fucking, I'm cycling around memory units, trying to figure it out. I get the boot drive out of the other computer, like the drive that has the OS, the operating system on it, like just any given form of Windows. Um, and just none of them were working. I get into the BIOS, nothing's working. And so finally, we put the memory unit that the Russians fucked with from this download from MediaFire. Fuck MediaFire. Don't download stuff from them. Don't download stuff from places on the internet if you've never heard of the name before, and if you don't know a lot about it, just fucking call your nerdiest friend.
Everybody needs a nerdy friend.
Everyone needs a nerdy friend, bro. Call me.
And you're a rap god friend, a nerdy friend,
Literally.
a chill friend.
I do
You're
my
everything
best.
in one.
Guy's guy, man. Guy's guy.
But it was full panic mode.
I was
I
awful
like,
as fuck. Yeah, they're stressed as fuck, and like I'm just, thankfully I'm here, right? Not to suck my own dick or anything, but thankfully I'm
literally.
here trying to fix it.
I'll say it for you.
Thank you.
Thank God Matt was here
Thank
because
God.
we successfully kind of gutted the PC, reset it, and it's functioning now.
Yeah, I did a complete factory reset on the whole thing. They were cool with losing their, data and everything they had stored on the computer.
Plot
It's
twist,
just
he
toast
stole
anyway.
it. No, I'm just kidding. He
Right.
stole the data.
It's all mine now.
Um,
But yeah, no, that completely factory rebooted the entire system and just got rid of everything, reflashed everything operating system wise. Now everything is good to go. Computer fixed. Russians gone. But just be careful.
That's all we need today. In today's
Mhm.
world, we just need the Russians gone.
The Russians
Just
gone.
get out of my computer, please.
Get out of my
and-
computer.
It's all very sad because I just quickly want to say, like, last night, like, we have this new computer. We're trying to use it for work stuff, but I was playing DayZ a little bit. She was playing Sims a little bit, and at one point, she's looking through these mods. She likes to download mods, and she starts laughing uncontrollably, and I'm like, "What is it?" And more or less, she starts showing me these mods that she downloaded that I guess didn't have clear Russian presence in them, which is shocking because these mods were mods to have furry sex in Sims, mods to have a fully nude strip club in Sims, mods to do all kinds of just heinous things in a
Debauchery.
child's game. And I'm just like, I guess a lot of adults play it too, but I'm like, that's nuts. Like the things that modders will give you the ability to do, it just will let your creativity just go wild, because I'm telling you, like, there was mods for like cat feet in the same folder as like furry nipples. Like, it's like insane. And
Yeah.
I'm like, babe, like, I'm just imagining like some kids like, mom, can I play Sims? And she's like, yeah, sure. Like, a couple days later, she's like, how's the Sims going? She's like, he's like, I'm managing a strip club. I'm making hella bread off these hoes.
I got fisted at work.
Yeah, it's like, and when I go home, I fuck the furry friend that I have. It's like, bro, Sims is not. That's like borderline. You're like Grand Theft Auto 1.5 at that point. Like,
Literally.
I'm like, dude, the things you can do with mods, it made me laugh, and so I'm sure she's up there re-downloading all of those heinous mods with safety in mind. But yes, I've been excited to record this episode because we like doing it and we appreciate you guys watching. Clips out now, probably much more clips when this is coming out.
Yep.
I was excited to try to tell that whole West Virginia Chemours conspiracy theory thing.
It's crazy as fuck, and definitely more people need to be aware of that. And like, there needs to be some kind of recourse or repercussions for this company.
Oh, for sure. And it's not like I'm the only source here telling this, but like, it's just funny to me that whoever's watching this right now, if you're watching this, like, you literally are. Like, you have this in your blood.
You are
because of the
you
story
are
we're
affected.
telling.
We are affected. We're all
Yeah.
affected.
I have a condition, multiple.
Induced by the Dupont company.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure that's what causes my problems. I blame it all on Dupont. But yeah, it's just wild. I might try and, like, little tidbits I missed next week, I might try and throw in there. I've still got more things, but it is getting late. Next week, I'll probably talk about this local local story with the 16 kids living in a 12 by 12 room, because I do have a bit of a hot take, but you'll have to wait till next week and look forward to that. Also, the visit to the Archetype store, but these are just teasers. I'll give it to Matt, but I just want to say thank you for watching the episode. Please like and comment. Comment literally anything. Comments are our favorite. Share it even. And most of all, or equally, please check out schienemandesigns.shop. I was just on the website the other day, and browsing through that 2024 lookbook is quite a thrill. I'm wearing one of our hoodies right now, and complete comfort. One of the best things I've ever worn. So please check it out. It's all for a good reason. It's all keeping dreams alive, and it's ethically made, as we talk about a lot. All made in Italy for an amazing price. This hoodie, you can get it right now for $50. And yeah, schienemandesigns.shop. Link is in the description.
Hell yeah.
Matt?
If YouTube gives you guys the option, please make sure you're hitting that hype button as well.
I couldn't find it.
So I don't think we have it yet. I don't think we're averaging enough viewers or we're big enough yet to have that as a feature. But the second it's there, please click that. I've got a new single out now for my next project, and it's called Love Me. It's doing pretty well. We got a couple hundred streams right now. It's been out for a day. Thank you guys all so much for checking out the music. Thank you guys all so much for the support. A lot more coming out. My album Medici is on the way. I'll be dropping one more single. That's a blatant lie. I know what song I'm dropping next. I'm just not done with it yet. So that'll be coming out here soon, and it's between these two singles, they're going to be very contrasting in vibe, and I feel like you'll be able to kind of figure out what that gray area is between the two of them that really helps build the body that is the project. And yeah, man, Matt Demon everywhere. You already know. MATTY_D_traps on all social medias. Get at me, bro. Get at me. Let's work on some music. Let's build something, man. Whatever you need help with, just fucking holler at me. Computer issues, apparently, man. Fucking get at me.
Fix my computer. I'm a happy
I
customer.
did. Verified.
All I had to do was get a couple cookies.
Yeah, man, just appreciate you guys very much. Have a great rest of your guys' day. Thank you for watching. Again, like Julian said, comment literally anything, please. Like your thoughts on things, what we could do better, if you think we're gay, just whatever your personal takes are, right? Our comment section is a minefield that is yet to be explored. So please,
I would love to see you guys in the comments. What do you like? You like these dirty socks? Like literally anything.
we need some minds in the minefield.
I'd welcome hate at this point.
Anything
Because hate is good for the algorithm. And
anything works.
I'll do anything for the algorithm gods. Sacrifice my own feelings.
Anything.
So
yeah, I don't want to drag out the outro too long here, but yeah, just in conclusion, Julian already gave you guys the call to action. Do those things. Love yourself. Love those around you. Take care of yourself. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Fuck off.
Yep.